Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to match someone's rudeness to prove your strength. When somebody throws a rude comment your way, your first instinct might be to snap back, defend yourself, or even cut them deeper with your words. But here's the truth: losing your cool doesn't make you powerful, it makes you predictable. And predictable people are easy to control. So I'm going to teach you exactly what to do. Welcome to the Jefferson Fisher Podcast. See, when someone is rude to you, what they're really doing is handing you a test. They're asking, can I pull you down to my level? Can I make you lose focus? Can I get you to abandon your own standards? And if you take the bait, you fail the test, not because you aren't smart, not because you aren't strong, but because you gave them the reaction they were looking for. But imagine this: instead of reacting, you pause. You take a breath. You look at them, maybe even smile, and you decide, I won't hand over my peace that easily. That moment of calm, that's control. That's you reminding yourself that your emotions belong to you, not to the person trying to stir them up. Responding without losing your cool doesn't mean staying silent every time. Sometimes it's about answering in a way that shows you're above the nonsense. A simple, okay, or that's your opinion, shuts the door without slamming it. It says, I heard you, but you don't move me. Other times, the strongest response is no response at all, because silence can echo louder than words. And here's the part most people miss: you don't stay calm for them. You stay calm for you. You protect your energy, your peace, your clarity, because once you lose those, the rude comment already won. But when you walk away unbothered, the rude comment dies in the air, powerless, forgotten. So next time someone throws rudeness your way, don't see it as an insult. See it as practice. Practice for patience, practice for discipline, practice for mastering yourself. Because the strongest person in the room isn't the loudest. It's the one who can stay grounded while everyone else is trying to shake them. Not every comment deserves your energy, and the sooner you learn this, the lighter your life becomes. People are always going to have something to say. Some will support you, some will challenge you, and some will speak just to provoke you. If you tried to respond to every single word thrown in your direction, you'd spend your entire life defending yourself, explaining yourself, or fighting battles that were never worth fighting in the first place. Energy is one of the most valuable things you own. Where you invest it shapes your emotions, your focus, and even your future. Wasting it on comments that were never spoken to build you up but only to tear you down is like pouring water into a leaking bucket. You're left drained, but the other person walks away satisfied because they succeeded in pulling you down. Think about it like this: when someone throws negativity at you, they're handing you a rope, hoping you'll pick it up and start tugging. If you grab it, you've entered their game. Now it's back and forth, pull and pull, and before you realize it, you've invested your strength into a competition you never needed to join. But when you refuse to touch that rope, the game ends before it ever starts. You walk away with your energy intact, your peace undisturbed, and your focus still on what matters most. That is real strength. Not the strength to fight every battle, but the wisdom to know which battles are worth fighting. People often confuse silence or walking away with weakness, but the truth is it takes far more courage to rise above a comment than to sink to the level of it. Anyone can snap back. Anyone can get angry. Anyone can throw insults when they feel attacked. But it takes discipline to pause and remind yourself, this doesn't deserve me. That discipline separates those who are controlled by the world around them and those who control themselves. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't have to chase every shadow that appears in your path. Some things deserve nothing more than your indifference. When you guard your energy, you also guard your growth. Every minute spent on negativity is a minute stolen from your purpose, your dreams, your relationships, and your peace of mind. Imagine how far you could go if you stopped pausing your progress just to respond to people who were never rooting for you in the first place. Some comments are not made to help you. They're made to distract you. They're meant to trigger you, to knock you off course, to prove to themselves that they can control you. When you refuse to give them that satisfaction, you win without ever lifting a finger. There's a quiet kind of power in letting things pass. A rude comment left unanswered eventually fades, but when you feed it, when you add your energy to it, you give it a life it never should have had. Words only grow when we water them with attention. Take that attention away, and they wither into nothing. That's why not every comment deserves your energy, because not every comment deserves to grow. Some deserve to die right where they were spoken, without you breathing life into them. Ask yourself this: will this comment matter in a week, in a month, in a year? If the answer is no, then why spend even a moment of your valuable energy reacting to it today? Protecting your peace is not about ignoring reality, it's about choosing reality wisely. The reality you feed with your energy is the one that will shape your life. The truth is, people who know their worth don't need to clap back every time. They understand that their character speaks louder than any comment. Their actions shout louder than their critics. They know that dignity is not found in trading insults, but in walking away with their head high and their energy untouched. So when you feel the pull to react, remember this simple truth: your energy is precious, and not every comment deserves it. Your calm response speaks louder than their rudeness, because calmness is not just silence, it is strength in motion. Anyone can raise their voice, anyone can lash out, but it takes discipline and self-control to remain composed when someone tries to provoke you. When a rude comment comes your way, most people expect an immediate reaction. They expect anger. They expect defensiveness. They expect you to lose your balance. That's why your calmness shocks them. It speaks for you in a way words never could. It tells them that you are not easily moved, that you are not living at the mercy of their behavior, and that their attempt to control your emotions failed. Think of it this way: rudeness is noise and calmness is clarity. Noise demands attention, but clarity commands respect. When you meet rudeness with rudeness, the room only gets louder, the chaos grows, and nothing meaningful comes out of it. But when you meet rudeness with calm, the contrast is undeniable. The rude person suddenly looks smaller because your steady composure makes their outburst look unnecessary and exaggerated. People watching from the outside notice it too. They may forget the words spoken in anger, but they will remember the person who carried themselves with grace under fire. A calm response doesn't always mean silence. Sometimes it's choosing words that neutralize the tension instead of feeding it. A simple, "Oh, I hear you," or "That's your perspective," can shut down hostility without creating more. Other times, calmness is saying nothing at all and letting silence remind them that you will not be pulled into their storm. Either way, calmness strips their rudeness of its power. You are showing that you decide how you feel, not them. The beauty of a calm response is that it protects you. Anger burns energy. Defensiveness steals your peace. Harsh words can echo long after the moment has passed, and often we regret them once the emotions fade. But calmness leaves no scars. It allows you to walk away proud of yourself, knowing you did not lose control. In that sense, calmness is not just about the moment, it's about the after. When the rude comment is forgotten, you are left with the confidence that you rose above it instead of sinking into it. Calmness also sends a message about your character. Rude people often try to test limits. They want to see if they can break through your patience. When they realize that you cannot be shaken easily, they stop trying. Your calm response becomes a boundary in itself. It silently tells the other person, "This is not how you move me. You don't get to decide my mood." Over time, that earns respect, even from those who were rude to you in the first place. People may not admit it, but they admire those who can stay centered in the middle of conflict. When you are calm in the face of rudeness, you also protect the environment around you. A heated reaction can escalate tension and pull others into unnecessary conflict. But calmness has the opposite effect. It diffuses the moment, lowers the temperature, and often makes others follow your lead. In a group setting, the calm person sets the tone. While rudeness tries to spread fire, calmness pours water on it before it grows. That's leadership without even trying. The strongest part of your calm response is that it cannot be misinterpreted. If you meet rudeness with rudeness, the story can easily be twisted. Suddenly you both look wrong, and your valid feelings get lost in the mess of the exchange. But if you meet rudeness with calmness, the contrast is undeniable. The difference between their behavior and yours is clear for everyone to see. Your dignity shines brighter because it does not compete. It simply stands apart. At the end of the day, rudeness is weakness in disguise. It is often a reflection of someone's own frustration, insecurity, or pain. When you stay calm, you remind yourself that their storm is not yours to carry. You refuse to let their bad day dictate your spirit. Calmness is not about ignoring what was said. It's about refusing to let it define you. That quiet strength speaks